Hi guys, welcome back to Kayak Fishing Scotland, and the first video that I've done in the man cave. Now this video is not purely aimed at kayak fishing or fishing in general. This video will basically interest anyone that has a mobile device, especially if they go outdoors, whether it be camping, hill walking, trekking, flying drones, etc. Also, you can keep it in the car or keep it in the house as emergency backup, should you have power failure or whatever. Now, what I'm going to talk about is this. It's the TackLife Power Pack. Now, I'm not endorsed by TackLife. I'm not getting paid to endorse this, but I've had this product for almost a year now, 11 months, and it's a good bit of kit for what I use it for. And the reason I want to put the video out is it'll be interesting to some of you, whether you do boating, sib fishing, beach fishing, etc. So what I'm going to talk about is this. Now, this particular product is a lithium battery. So that on its own, if you use a lead acid battery, sealed lead acid battery, gel battery, or AGM battery, because this is lithium, in my eyes this outweighs any lead acid battery for this sort of capacity anyway. Because it's lithium, it's going to give you more life cycles than any lead acid battery, and the performance of the power is going to be far superior to any lead acid battery. Now what I mean by that is, from fully charged to fully discharged, you're going to get maximum power from something like this, or any product like this that has a lithium battery, as opposed to a lead acid battery, which is, once it gets past 50%, you're going to start getting diminished power, and really you don't want to take a lead acid battery below 50%, because that could damage it. A lithium battery is going to give you a better performance. Now, this particular model is a 16,000 milliamp, which roughly equates to 16 amp hours, believe it or not. Each 1,000 milliamp is equivalent to 1 amp hour. So for something this size, which weighs 1.16 pounds, which is roughly 750 grams, I think for 16 amp hours is pretty amazing. Now, like I say, I'm not endorsing this particular product. There's others out there on Amazon, eBay, with similar life capacities, but for this product, why I chose this is it's got quite a few features than the basic Jumpstart Power Pack, which basically this is what it is. So I'll cover some of the basic features, but I will put a more detailed spec at the end of the video. So in the power pack itself, you have 2 USB ports, which is one of the main reasons I went for this product, as it gives you a bit of versatility rather than just straight power. And you can charge a multitude of products on this: your mobile phone, your drone, your camera battery, etc. And it also has a 12-volt output, which is one of the main reasons why I got this as well. And it also comes with your, I'll just go over what you get in the pack as well. So it comes in a handy sort of semi-hard shell case, and you can keep all the accessories in here. They do actually fit. So you have your AC charge, your 12-volt cigarette lighter connection for charging. You also get your 12-volt female piece, which I use obviously connecting to a cigarette lighter, and I use that for powering my fish finder. a USB cable, also keep some fuses in here just in case I need them for my fish finder, and you get your car jump start. Now while I'm on this, the car jump start, apparently this will start cars up to 6.2 litre diesel and 5 litre petrol, and you can get 30 starts from fully charged on this device, which I think is pretty amazing. It's also got a boost button on here if your battery's, you know, fully flat, and it's quite simple to do. Obviously there's full instructions on this, instructions on the back for your car starting. Also in your pack you will get a small user manual which is in many languages, and it's just a basic guide, troubleshooting, etc. So the case itself is really good, everything fits in there, believe it or not. So what I want to cover is what I use this for, and I use this for my direct power, my main power source for my fish finder. Now fish finders take up to I think it's between 1 and 2 amps usually, and I have obviously the appropriate fuse on the end of my male connection for my fish finder. I just want to go over the other features on this at the moment. So it has your main power button and you have LED indication, and each bar represents 20% power. So at the moment this is 60% power. It needs a little charge for the next outing. It also comes with quite a powerful torch, which I've used for night fishing as my main source of light, and I've also charged my head torch using the USB cables, which I think is amazing. When this is on its on the light on its own, this will last you days without another charge. In fact, I've been on the last bar trying to get this down to 0, and I've had the light on all day in the house, and the last bar didn't go out, and that was for about 18 hours. So for you night fishing guys, which I do as well, this is an ideal piece of kit just to have in your tackle box, not only to charge your phones etc, but as a light source. I'll just turn off the main light, but that's your main light, your main beam. It also has a strobe light on it, which I'm not going to do just in case it affects someone's eyes, and it has an SOS light setting, which is obviously ideal in an emergency situation, whether you're on the hills or on a boat. So yeah, the casing that this is surrounded in is in like a soft feel rubber. I've dropped this a couple of times with no issues. However, this is not waterproof, and simply because it has all these multiple connections, I think. I've had it in the rain, so sort of splash proof. I wouldn't endorse that this is waterproof in any way. So how I use this, guys, is I keep this in a waterproof box. I have the 12 volt connected up inside, and I have another male connection which runs to my 2-piece female 12 volt, which also has USB connections on it. That just came with it. I wasn't actually after additional USB. So not only does it power my fish finder, but you could have another male connection cigarette lighter power cable, and you can power other things like lights or whatever you have in your boat, your kayak, your sib. So it can be even more versatile than it actually is as a single unit. But a lot of people just see these as car jump starters, and they don't really see them as an alternative power source, which I use it for. You know, something that weighs less than a kilo, to keep in your small boat, your sib, your kayak. You know, you're cut down on weight, you cut down on space for the size of it. It fits in your pocket if you want to keep it in your pocket. And you know, if this was to fail, I would rush out and buy another one of these. Maybe not the same brand, maybe try something different, but as long as it gives me the alternative spec that I'm looking for, which is additional USB ports, it's got to have the 12 volt output to power my fish finder. But yeah, guys, do your research. You know, you can get these on Amazon and eBay. See what's good for you, but honestly, you know, don't go ditching your lead acid battery if it's good, but certainly if it was to pack up or you're looking for an additional source of power, even if it is just for your phone, etc. On that, talking about phones, I use Navionics for my chart plotting when I'm on the water, and that really reduces the life of my battery power. So because of that, I use that to power my phone, especially when I'm on the water. I've fished a 13-hour trip with this, powering my fish finder all day. Powered my phone because it run the battery down with my Navionics, and I was only down, after a full charge, I was only down to 40%, 2 bars on this. So, you know, guys, it's a no-brainer really to have something like this, even as an additional power source. Amazing bits of kit. Like I say, there is other ones out there, and they range between, you know, £50 right up to £100 odd. This one I think retailed at about £60 on Amazon. So worthwhile looking into, guys, and you know, hopefully this is interested other people, not just in the sort of kayak fishing world. On that, I haven't been fishing for a couple of weeks now, purely because I've been grounded by a part that broke on my Hobie kayak. This part has got to come from Holland, so I'm waiting on this part. Probably won't get it before Christmas, and when this part comes, I'll do a short video on the fix, because I cannot find anything on YouTube on how to fix this part. And in fact, when I contacted Cornwall Canoes, they had never heard of this part breaking before. It's a moving part, it's got to break some point, but I think it breaks, or I believe it would break more with age, as my kayak is nearly 4 years old. But certainly any Hobie kayak that has this part, which most of them do except for the new 2020 360 models, this will interest you. When I get this part, I'll certainly do the video. What I've got planned for the future is, because it's winter time, I feel that, you know, I'm limited to where I can fish in the sea due to weather conditions. So I am going to be venturing into pike fishing, which I've never done before, and just to get some action and something different, a different venue where I'm not thinking about tides, launching areas, etc. Should be a little bit easier. So that'll be a learning point from me, so you guys can all obviously learn from my mistakes if you're new to pike fishing. So that's it, guys, for this video. I hope it's been interesting. Certainly if you think that something like this has just used for charging, etc., you know, most people don't think about using this for a main power source. But yeah, a good bit of kit, and just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year when it comes, and tight lines, and be safe.